May I come in, sir?
Please come.
Good afternoon, sir.
Please take your seat.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
You are Kamlesh.
Yes.
Kamlesh, can you introduce yourself?
Yes, sir. My name is Kamlesh Kumawat. I come from Chittorgarh district in Rajasthan state. I did my graduation in BCom stream from Manikalal Verma Government College, Bhilwara, and simultaneously I also completed my chartered accountancy in 2016, and thereafter I started preparing for UPSC civil services, and this is my second interview, and recently I joined a firm for practicing chartered accountancy, sir.
Alright. You are from Chittorgarh district.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell some brief history about Chittorgarh?
Yes, sir. Chittorgarh has been historically a capital of Mewar state, and it was ruled by Sisodia clan, and the prominent rulers had been Rana Sangha, Rana Kumbha, Maharana Pratap, and it has also witnessed various historical events like Johar by Rani Padmavati, etc. Sir.
Okay. What is the Battle of Haldighati?
Sir, Battle of Haldighati was fought between Maharana Pratap and one of the commander of Akbar, Sriman Singh, and it was took place in 1576 in Haldighati region of Pratapgarh district, sir.
Okay. Rajasthan is a geographically semi-desert or desert area. Rajasthan overall state. Historically, how the states of Rajasthan used to get the taxes, revenues from the people?
Sir, Rajasthan as we all know is a geographically desert area. However, it is located in such a position that it acts as a linkages between the two major areas. One is the market of northern India and the means of communication, that is ports of western ports of India. So and one more reason of getting taxes is through communication towards Pakistan through the desert. Modern day Pakistan, the erstwhile region of western Asia. So Rajasthan acted as a communication between these areas, and through toll taxes Rajasthan got revenues.
So what about the agriculture generally? What is the state of agriculture in Rajasthan? In which parts it is useful for agriculture?
Sir, Rajasthan has various types of soil present in its land. So northern Rajasthan is a very agriculturally very productive, and in northern Rajasthan, Sri Ganganagar, Hanumangarh district produces rice and sugar cane, wheat, etc. In eastern Rajasthan, it is popular for wheat and kharif crops such as maize and bajra, and southeastern Rajasthan is also a very productive region, being drained by two major rivers like Banas and Bedach, and major crops like mustard, wheat, maize, groundnut are grown in these areas.
Very good. So what is the state of revenues of Rajasthan at this present moment?
Sir, Rajasthan government's revenue majorly come from the indirect taxes, that is GST, and it is also contributed by central government's devolution from central taxes and share in GST. Apart from it, Rajasthan government also receive revenue in form of excise on liquor and VAT on petrol and diesel. So.
Okay, very good. Historically, how this taxation evolved over a period of time? What is the necessity of taxation for the state?
Sir, taxes provide resources to state to manage its operations and pay the cost incurred to the various officers and other related matters. So in order to provide law and order situations, to provide development, to provide infrastructure, safe passages to the navigators and transporters, the requirement of taxes evolved, and through this state started imposing taxes and providing services to the
What
people.
state will get by providing law and order, providing safe passage? What state benefits out of this?
Sir, in modern day, ours is a democracy wherein we are ruled by constitution. So in our constitution, the states, it is a responsibility of state to be a welfare state. So state will in modern day will not get much things. It's a responsibility to provide, and for which it is collecting taxes.
Yes, historically when the state rulers used to collect, so for mainly what purpose they used to collect and how was it used? Do you think that was welfare state in comparison with present day?
Sir, historically the state were not, as compared to modern day, not that welfare state as far as I know. Historically they used to protect their images, protect it from neighboring states, build armies to protect and fight with the neighbors so that their rule is protected, and a major revenue from taxes were spent on this purpose and for the royalties enjoyed by the king who ruled the state, and a little part was also spent on the welfare purpose of the public, sir.
Okay. Rajput rulers, there were so many Rajput rulers during medieval times particularly. They are known for valor, warrior ethics, chivalry, everything. But when it comes to unity, they are not unified. When it comes to, for example, as you said in Battle of Haldighati, on one hand Prana Pratap, on the other side, from Akbar's side, the commander was Man Singh. He was also a Rajput ruler. So what is the issue with the Rajput princes? When it comes to unity, why they are not unified in medieval times?
Sir, as far as I know, each ruler wanted to have hegemony over their own state, and they did not wanted to lose their sovereignty with another ruler. If anyone wants to all the people, all the rulers, Rajput ruler wants to have hegemony in their international relations and internal relations. Simultaneously, they also wanted to protect their state. So they in internal affairs they did not enjoy unity. However, there had been internal clashes because they wanted that any third party does not come and rule them. That is why the ruler of Amer fort, Man Singh, supported Mughal army, that is Akbar's army, so that Akbar's army does not intrude into Amer's region.
How come when, as you explained, they want to protect their sovereignty, independence, and they were so much attached to that territory? How come after independence they joined with India Union when Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel asked them, and they joined with Indian Union? What is the difference? What difference it made between the Rajputs during ancient medieval times and 1947?
Sir, Sardar Patel had deep negotiations with the rulers, and he convinced the rulers that modern day India is not a erstwhile rule in which they could enjoy sovereignty and could rule over people. He also convinced them that the people of these states are demanding independence from the ruler. If the ruler does not join hands with the India, they might lose their rule in their state itself. And at the same time, Patel also offered privy purse and the post like Raj Pramukh of the state in order to lure them that their rights will not be rights and their purse will not be impacted because of joining Indian states.
Okay. During British time period, can you explain what was the state of our trade and commerce during British time period? Before British, how was it, and after British, how it became?
Sir, before British period, our trade was mainly of finished cotton clothes and saltpeter and other such items. So basically before British period we were exporter of finished product, and when Britishers came and started ruling India turned into a importer of finished goods and exporters of raw material such as cotton, indigo and other such products, and India became a net importer from net exporter.
So what is the impact of it finally by 1947? What consequence we faced because of it?
Sir, the major consequence of it was the ruralization of the people of India. The industry got destructed and there was no employment present, and because of all these factors there was no innovation occurring in the methods of production. It was only import and large scale of unemployment.
Okay. So after 1947, now it's almost 75 years. Even today also we are importing. We are importing more than exports, and still unemployment is there, still poverty is there. So what difference we make? Did we achieve anything after independence or not?
Yes, sir. We have achieved a great amount of success in most of the areas. If we see in the terms of size of our GDP, it has grown multifolded. Now India has become 5th largest economy, and in terms of, sir, import and exports, at the time of independence our major imports were of finished goods. However, if we talk about present times, our major import is of crude oil and petroleums. That is the key ingredient in our production and service processes. In terms of, sir, employment, at the time of independence there was huge unemployment, and major employment was in agriculture itself. Now it has transformed into manufacturing and services sector, although it is not up to the scale which would have been much better. However, the position is much better than what had been at the time of independence.
Very good. Generally, when economy progress, agriculture first one, primary sector. Second, generally manufacturing sector comes. Later, tertiary sector or the service sector. But why when it comes to India, we skip the secondary sector and suddenly we became strong in tertiary, and anyway we are primary sector society, and why this link is missing, and what is the impact of that missing linkage?
Sir, India almost skipped the second phase of transformation, that is to the manufacturing sector. The basic reasons behind it was initially the focus was not measured on the manufacturing sector, and we also lacking technology required to to establish manufacturing units, and at the same time the role of 1991 reform opened various service sector areas to the private sector, and unlicensing was done. So because of those factors, India transformed it into a service sector, and manufacturing sector could not pick up. However, recently we are in the process of picking manufacturing sector through various schemes of government such as PLI, and the major impact of skipping of manufacturing sector was on employment, as the post pre or at the time of independence the major employment was in agriculture, and as we skip the second phase, our employment could not transform into manufacturing or service sector. Service sector is a sector which requires lesser manpower and more of it works more on the productivity of a single person than the mass of person. So at present it is disguised employment in the sector of agriculture and little unemployment.
But if you see second 5-year plan, it was major focus was industrialization only. That means secondary sector only. It means in 1956 itself we started promoting industries. Why still there is a gap in that? What happened after that?
Sir, in second 5-year plan, the major focus was on industrialization. In that industrialization, as far as I can recall, it was the establishment of large manufacturing companies and PSUs. Basically, the PSUs, public sector undertakings, were established, and the focus was not on small scale industries which could provide employment to mass scale of people. So because of these reasons we couldn't gather much progress in manufacturing. However, because of the second 5-year plan, we had various public sector undertakings which provided sizable level of employment to the public sector.
Good, Kamlesh. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Sir.
So what is the reason that China has done very well as compared to India in terms of its economic size and the export it does? Both the countries got independence at the same time. So how has the China done better than India?
Sir, till 1970s, India and China's economies were doing more or less equally. In 70s, China introduced reforms in its agriculture sector. Firstly, it strengthened its agriculture. However, India did not took great level of initiatives in reforming its agriculture.
So in agriculture, we started it way back in first plan only in India.
Yes, sir. The steps taken in first 5-year plan was not that of successful for India. The major focus was on building a large scale irrigation dams which could provide water to the farms. However, it could not had great impact, such as
we also had green revolution before 1970s only.
Yes, sir. So green revolution benefited limited areas, only areas where the land size was big and farmer could adopt new.
So how was the agricultural reforms of China better than India? What exactly they did in the agriculture?
Sir, I will have to read into this. Exactly, I am not sure about it.
Okay, fine. So as you are a chartered accountant, so what skills you carry which you think will be helpful for you in improving the administration as a public servant?
Sir, the first skill I am carrying is being analytical towards any project or any scheme or any initiative which comes to me. I will analyze it from various aspects. Second being, sir, cost aspect and finance aspect. I will analyze various methods to implement any project or undertake any process of administration, and I will try to make it a cost friendly and economic exercise. Thirdly, I will implement the audit learnings which can help to make a system transparent and corruption less. So these are the main things I will try to incorporate, sir.
The profession of auditing is in bad reputation many times, and the concept of NFRA was introduced. So what are the major initiatives taken by NFRA which has helped the auditing profession or the corporate governance in general?
Sir, NFRA was established in 2018 under Companies Act. NFRA is taking steps to regulate the conduct of auditors which are engaged in audit of large unlisted and listed companies. It has penalized various auditors. Recently, there we have heard the case of one auditor who penalized with the amount of 50 lakh rupees. Apart from it, NFRA is also giving standards of conduct of behaviors of professionals, which will assist professionals to guide their conduct, and if they fail to keep their conduct as per the guidelines of NFRA, there are some penal provisions through which NFRA can correct behaviors of auditors and professionals.
Under which authority is this NFRA regulated? I mean, is there any section of Companies Act under which it has been established?
Yes, sir. Section 132 of Companies Act 2013 provides for establishment of National Financial Reporting Authority by the central government.
Okay. How are the motivational practices of the government sector and the private sector different?
Sorry, sir.
How are the motivational practices of the government sector and the private sector different?
Yes, sir. Motivation by private sector mainly comes from the quality of life and remuneration it provides to the its employees, such as private sector provide bonus to the employees. It also provide various paid travel packages to its employees so that they put more of resources. Apart from it, other non-monetary motivating factors such as Employee of the Month award, various innovative designations such as receptionist is named as executive by various corporates. However, government has a different way of motivating its resources, such as government try to impart a objective that our objective is to serve the people. We are the bridge for people to get its development objectives achieved. So it has a slightly different level of motivating factors than the private sector. So.
Okay. Suppose I give you a situation. There is like you are the senior officer in your district. Suppose you are a district magistrate of your area, and there is a factory, large factory. In that factory, the workers are on a strike, and because of a strike, there is also some violence, and slowly this violence converts into law and order problem. So, how will you handle the situation? Tell me some practical steps that you will take.
Sir, I would like to take few seconds.
Sure.
So, sir, my first step will be to know about the matter. I will try to gather as much information as I could with respect to why the strike started, who are the actors involved in that strike, what was the role of management and the labor union in that strike, and what pre-strike methods of resolving their conflict they implemented. Second, I will call the leaders of both the parties, management and the labor union, and try to establish a conciliatory process between them so that they could meet out the differences and come to a point of agreement between them. And the third would be, I will also ensure that if the strike had been on peaceful methods, it would have been better. Yeah. And if any of the actors took law into their hand. If any employee or from the part of management committed any violent act, then an action as per the law will be taken against them, sir.
Okay. Suppose you are appointed as the CMD of a power distribution company. That power distribution company is struggling. It's a state PSU. It has various financial losses. There are a lot of under recoveries. Political interventions are there. And overall, the image of the organization is also in a very bad shape. You are given the responsibility to revive this state PSU. You have the full support of the top administration. So how you will revive this organization?
Sir, I would like to take a few seconds. So, sir, the first step I would like to take to revive is to ensure from the assurance from the leadership that any political interference should not be there in the working, in my working, in order to revive the power company, power discom. Second step I will take is to ensure that the transmission losses should be minimized as to a level as low as possible. And third being the recovery, sir. I will also ensure that those who are having dues, they pay it on time, either after a warning, a strict action will be taken against the non-payer. And I will also try to account the subsidies provided by the government. If the government wants to provide subsidy, I will make sure that it is collected from the government, and this discom will not be providing subsidy on its own account. So these steps I will take in order to revive the power discom, sir.
Right. After your selection, you get selected, and after your selection, you are posted in a place, and you are very young in age. The people who are in your department, the team members who are working with you, they are having at least 10 years of age gap. They are in 40s, 50s, 60s. They have a lot of experience. At the same time, they are not cooperating with you because they think you have the theoretical background. You just qualified one UPSC exam and you joined there as a senior. So how will you change? How will you make them cooperate with you?
Sir, try to work with a people, with a team who is experienced enough and who is senior enough, senior than me. So
they are all junior to you in terms of designation.
Sir, in terms of age, I was talking. In terms of age wise, they are very senior to me. So the step I will be taking is the team approach, in which I will be telling them that I am working as your friend, and you are the one who are better aware of the situations. You will guide me through the processes. However, I am also having some new ideas which I will suggest to you. We together will consult on those ideas. I will try to explain you, and we will try to find a better way. Either it might be my way or the way I propose, or you can also bring any innovative idea if you are knowing to solve a situation or implement a project. This way I will make it a team approach, and through a team process, a single or a multiple, whichever way work, I will try to bring that way and try to work through that way, sir.
Okay. So are you aware about some training and development programs of the government for the public servants? Some recent initiative, any scheme or something?
Yes, sir. Recently Karam Yogi scheme was announced by central government to provide electronic training training through e-means to the various civil servants. This is a continuous process of training to the people in order to make them today's relevant skilled personnel.
So these are schemes of training, and definitely in the past also various schemes are there. There are various training institutions as well. But despite that, the image of the government as compared to the private sector is that it is a lethargic setup. So what are the reasons of that? Do you really think government is underperformer, or government organizations are inefficient as compared to private sector?
Sir, there are various reasons because of which they are labeled as lethargic. There are some genuine reasons, such as the burden of work on government officials is very huge. They are overburdened with the work, and there are vacancies at various departments, because of which they are unable to perform at right time. Second is this, a lot of manual work involved, and there is also a duplication of work, such as if at the income tax department, if we are filing any for any appeal online, then we have to submit some physical documents also. So this makes a duplication exercise. The technology has not been implemented to that level wherein the physical document work is eliminated. So this way there is a genuine level of overburdenedness with the government officials, because of which they have become lethargic. However,
is it because of overburden, or is it because of some attitudinal problem or structural issue?
Sir, this is also one of the reasons because of which there has been lethargicness in their work. It is the attitude also, lackadaisical attitude shown by the government officials. Also the attitude of my baap, that we are sarve sarva of yours, and whatever we have, we will be saying, you will have to do that. This attitude also hampering the process and making.
So what is government doing for that?
Sir, government is taking various steps to bring changes in that. First is, government is bringing technology under which it is minimizing the interaction with the people, through which they will have to interact through technology, so that they will not be able to show their attitude to the people. Second is the second is the technology again, such as single window mechanism, through which people can interact directly. He will not suppose.
And these are the technological measures. Any behavioral step which government is taking?
Yes, sir. Government is in terms of behavior. Government is trying to counsel the top level leadership through various seminars, such as our Honorable Prime Minister Mr. Modi is addressing a seminar of civil servant by telling them that they are the means of change which could be imbibed in the lower level of officials, and I have personally also observed this change in top level leadership. They are bringing the changes they themselves have adopted in them, and gradually this change will also transformed into the lower level of officials at government department.
How can we appraise the performance of those people who are working for the public service delivery system? In the public service delivery, like education, health, the outcomes are very much dependent on so many factors: social issues, political issues, and other things. So how can we judge the performance of the people who are involved in the implementation of the public service delivery schemes?
So there are various methods through which we can appraise the performance of public officials. First being, sir, combination of output and outcome. We make sure that all the necessary steps and procedure required are complied by the officials, and outcome also, that is the qualitative output of their steps.
But outcome is not in their head.
Sir, the second measures which we should adopt is of 360-degree appraisal, in which we will be taking opinions of all the stakeholders involved, that is seniors, their colleague, juniors, public.
Do you think that is practical? There are problems of data collection, manipulation of surveys. So theoretically you are very sound, but practically there are various challenges in getting the feedback. The concept of social audit is there, which is not working much. Concept of citizen charter is there, which is again not working much. So what can we do to improve this 360-degree appraisal in the public service delivery?
Sir, as of now, these are not the mandatory provisions. If these provisions are made mandatory and legalized, and a proper system of appraisals is implemented, wherein there is a independent review getting mechanism, and independent body which is responsible only to Parliament monitor and conduct all these processes, will help in making the 360 appraisal review system a better appraisal system, sir.
Okay. What are your three leadership what are the three top leadership qualities that you have?
Sir, first is the team working. I try to consult to my team members on every aspect which I work. Second is the working of togetherness. That is, I try to imbibe the objective in them and try to find their needs and associate it with the objective of organization, so that we can work together in a motivating manner. And third is the communication, sir. I think I have the communication abilities through which I can
Can you share some real incident from your life where you have demonstrated you have exemplified your leadership skills?
Yes, sir. I was partnership head of NGO, one NGO, that is Robin Hood Army, under which I led a team of around 10 people. The task was to get donation in material terms, such as rice and wheat or flour. So all the team members were voluntary member and non-paid members. So getting work from them, or to motivating them to get as many partnership as possible.
Okay, what are the provisions of FCRA regarding the foreign donations for the NGO?
Yes, sir. The FCRA has been amended recently, in that the provisions are like any NGO who wants to receive foreign donation has to be registered with the government with one local ID, local person's ID, that is Aadhaar card. The NGO has to has its a saving bank account in New Delhi branch of SBI.
Okay, NGOs, they are involved in lot of money laundering, converting the black money to white money through fake donations and all, and a lot of chartered accountants are also involved in this kind of practices. So what is your take on that?
Sir, the reports have shown that NGOs are involved in money laundering, and we have heard that chartered accountants are also involved in this. So it is a very bad practice to be engaged in. It has various negative consequences. First thing, it will hamper the economic development. It will also reduce the tax collections of the government, and the trust erosion of the people on the process of NGOs. So in order to tackle this issue, there should be a mechanism of surprise audit on all the NGOs which are engaged in getting donation and working for the public front. So if audit is conducted on NGOs, and that is also surprise audit, based on random sampling of the NGOs, through which we can try to minimize this practice of NGOs.
Okay, there is a public project. In that public project, the IRR is negative, or maybe there is no NPV. NPV is negative, and even though it has many social benefit, and you have to decide whether to go ahead with this project or not. So how will you decide if the project is already having negative NPV? If people they are saying no, you should not go ahead because it will be not generating any surplus. So how will you proceed in this case?
Sir, I would like to ask in what capacity I will be making decision.
You are the decision maker whether to go ahead with this project or not. The fact is, there are two facts. One is financially it is not feasible. Socially it might be feasible.
Sir, it depends upon the person for which I am working. If I am working for the government, then it is the responsibility of government to ensure the social development. So even being a negative NPV and IRR, there are many visible social benefits to the society, so that I will make sure that this project gets a go ahead. However, if I am employed by a private organization which has profit motives, so I might be guided by the objectives which are assigned to me by the promoters of the organization. Sir.
Are you aware about the pricing mechanism of the fuels like petrol and diesel in India? What is the pricing mechanism?
Yes, sir. Exactly, I'm not sure, but it depends upon the price at which we are getting crude oil. It changes every fortnight, and
what are the main components of Indian petrol, all of these that we get?
Sir, the main component is the basic price of crude oil. After that, VAT is imposed by the state government, and excise is imposed by the central government, and on all these, profits by the oil marketing companies are imposed.
Yeah, so government gives the subsidy in this case. On the other hand, it charges a lot of taxes also.
Yes, sir.
So when it gives us subsidy, it has certain impact on the inflation. We have certain name given to this kind of situation. What is that called? Did you get my question? When government gives a subsidy to on the products like maybe diesel, petrol or food, so because of that the prices of the goods are reduced, right, because of subsidy. So we have certain term for this in the inflation.
Sir, exactly I'm not sure, but it might be transfer payment, sir.
Okay, it is suppressed inflation.
Okay, thank you.
Suppressed. Open inflation versus suppressed inflation.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, in the inflation, when we go to control the inflation, there is a particular scenario. On the one hand, suppose there is high inflation, right? And when there is high inflation, then RBI want to increase interest rate, right? So if you increase the interest rate, then inflation, the demand-based inflation will come down, but at the same time, it will increase the cost of capital for the producers. So on the one hand, demand pull inflation will come down, but cost push inflation might increase. So how to handle the situation?
Sir, in order to reduce the inflation, the RBI increases its interest rates. So the interest rate increase are for a small period of time. It might be for a small period of time, so it might have some impact. So for this, the government can step in. It can provide grants to capital investors, so that they will not burn the higher burnt of inflation and impact their investment decisions. Government also can provide various incentives, such as PLI incentives or MSIP incentives, through which the investors are motivated to make investments and does not hamper the investment processes.
So you are working in a firm, CA firm, right?
Yes, sir.
Suppose there is a person who comes to you with a bag of cash, and that bag is having 5 crore rupees of currency. He brings and comes to your office and he wants your advice. So how would you proceed in this case?
So first I will try to know what type of proceeds these are. If these are the proceeds from any agricultural income and he is having solely the agricultural income, then he will not be imposed any type of taxes on him. So I will advise him to go and deposit it with the bank and file and return, under which he can show it as agriculture income. And if it